After several plane crashes across the nation, Corpus Christi International Airport continues to prioritize safety and say they're adhering to FAA regulations. I'm Alexis Scott, your neighborhood news reporter, speaking with the airport's chief of public safety and a pilot about how the recent incidents are impacting them. A string of plane crashes and malfunctions over the past 2 months has rattled travelers across the U.S. Here at home, aviation crew says there's nothing to worry about, and the recent incidents have not changed the steps they take when flying.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. We have the safest system in the world. Granted, I know there have been a lot of issues in the past 2 months, but chalk it off as a bad timing, just bad days.
Terrence Davis is a former military pilot and current CEO of Splendid Aviation, one of the top flight schools and aviation service providers in South Texas. Before the recent devastation hitting the aviation industry, and even now, Davis says his team holds regular meetings to discuss how they can improve their skills.
We always have like what we call a pilot's brief, where we all get together and we talk about recent issues that may have occurred that could have been a safety issue, and so that we can avoid making that same mistake.
In just 2 months this year, the National Transportation Safety Board reported 94 plane crashes in our country, including one in Marana, Arizona, that happened just hours before I spoke with CCIA's Chief Public Safety Director, John Hyland. He and his team are required to annually meet with 40 different mutual aid partners to enhance skills and training in case of an emergency.
There's a requirement that if we don't maintain that training, we could lose our certificate for the airport. And so the officers take pride in that, and that's something that drives them to do better. And every time we have an incident, we learn from it.
They also conduct full-scale emergency incident trainings every 3 years to stay prepared.
You'll actually have triage, and we'll have actors from local community colleges and high schools that will play victims. And we have to transition through that whole process and trying to see how that's going to work so we can get people to the hospital that we can help mitigate those emergencies.
In an air traffic emergency, crews are required by the FAA to respond in no more than 3 minutes. He adds that air traffic control is a pivotal factor in aviation success and doesn't believe the recent events will impact how people travel.
Standards continue to improve, and when we see incidents that occur, that just reaffirms our belief in the training and how we get together and make sure that we're prepared.
CCIA's Chief of Public Safety, John Hyland, says travelers should not be alarmed and ensures that flying is still the safest form of transportation. At Corpus Christi International Airport, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Alexis Scott, Chris 6 News.